You're watching DT India News Hour. I'm Sakal Bhatt. And let's talk about our top story. DT India correspondent Kadir Alex joins us live from Brussels to talk about the consolidation of support. Hi Alex, Sakal here. The consolidation of support, the kind of support that we have seen for Ursula von der Leyen. Though she did not really win this with a huge margin, but you know, we have been tracking the story very, very closely. There was a point when we both spoke about she's in a tight spot. So finally, how did this vote come through?
Well, certainly less tight than we had expected and that we were speaking about not that long ago. Just yesterday, you and I were talking about how Ursula von der Leyen had a tight vote ahead of her, but now it seems she's done it by quite some margin. 41 votes, she needed 361, she got 401, so really quite a big margin, more than expected. We know that some members of her own coalition didn't vote for her presidency, but that the Green Party, crucially with more than 50 MEPs, came in behind her to support her. So that means that Ursula von der Leyen has a mandate from the democratically elected European Parliament, and that certainly will make a difference. It is more than expected, but the way she got there will also prove challenging because she made a lot of promises to a lot of people, and those promises and those parties don't necessarily align. And so that will make the next 5 years perhaps a little bit more complicated for Ursula von der Leyen.
Having said that, it seems that the bloc has actually chosen stability and continuity amid all the uncertainty and the polarization we've seen. That's, the kind of war that is actually knocking at the doorsteps of European countries.
Yeah, you're right. We heard that from Roberta Metsola, the president of the European Parliament, re-elected just a couple of days ago. She said the choice of Ursula von der Leyen is one of continuity and stability. And that was also a big argument as part of Ursula von der Leyen's campaign. She said, look at the political instability in the United States. Look at the impact the Chinese economy not doing so well is having on the European economy. Look at the war in Ukraine, the war in the Middle East. Look at all these challenges that we have to face together. Surely now is not the time to upset the apple cart. I have been European Commission President for 5 years. Give me another 5. That would have been the main argument of continuity, of stability by Ursula von der Leyen. But there will be a challenge. She has more than a quarter of the MEPs in the European Parliament are from hard right and far right groups. They are not aligned with her on stuff like climate and Ukraine and migration. They want to see more on those issues. But her governing coalition is not aligned with that those far-right parties. So there will be more division, more combative nature in the European Parliament, but certainly in that powerful European Commission, that building behind me, the most powerful of the three institutions, more continuity, more stability, more Ursula von der Leyen.
You know, but that powerful building behind you, for the first time you would agree, Alex, that it has seen very consolidated and bolstered for a far-right faction, but the tensions that ran high as these odd 720 lawmakers voted in secret ballot. Finally, did this outcome come as a surprise?
The final outcome did not come as a surprise. I think if you spoke to people behind the scenes in Brussels, and certainly that was the impression I got, Ursula von der Leyen was going to get through the European parliamentary vote. That is not a surprise. What is perhaps surprising is that she did it with such a margin of 40 MEPs, much more than she did back in 2019. That was just a few votes over that got her across the line then. So we thought it was going to be tight. We thought it was going to be difficult. Turns out it was a lot easier than expected. That was a surprise. Ursula von der Leyen back at the Commission, perhaps a little bit less surprising.
Minus the support of the Italian Prime Minister again this time, but we'll have to leave it there. Thank you very much, Alex, for joining us live on Brussels on our top story. Thank you.